Could Justin Bieber truly be on the verge of a breakdown so severe that Hailey Bieber might have to legally control his every move? It's an unsettling scenario few imagined possible, but recent signs suggest this dark path could become his shocking new reality. Over the past several months, Justin Bieber's life has dramatically shifted from headlines about hit songs and sold-out stadiums to troubling whispers about his mental health spiraling out of control. What started as isolated incidents of emotional breakdowns in public quickly escalated into something far more alarming. Whether captured by paparazzi lenses or laid bare on his own Instagram, Justin's recent behaviors have fans deeply worried and searching for answers. Initially, many dismissed his erratic social media rants as the typical attention-seeking antics celebrities sometimes indulge in. But lately, the signs have become too disturbing to ignore. His Instagram posts, once a platform showcasing his music, faith, and family, have morphed into cryptic cries of distress. Images of dirty, cluttered bathrooms paired with captions expressing profound hurt and bitterness have fans genuinely concerned about his mental well-being. One post stood out chillingly: a screenshot of Justin asking ChatGPT whether ketamine could help control emotions. For context, ketamine isn't just a tranquilizer. It's been notoriously abused in Hollywood circles, sometimes leading to tragic outcomes. But perhaps most troubling is his public demeanor. Fans watched uncomfortably as Justin recently appeared alongside SZA on stage, looking completely disoriented, barely able to keep his head up. This moment wasn't just unsettling, it felt profoundly sad, reflecting a star struggling silently in the spotlight. In response, the internet exploded with questions. What's really going on behind closed doors? How did Justin Bieber, who once ruled global charts effortlessly, descend into a cycle of emotional turmoil this severe? As shocking rumors of conservatorship swirl around him, fans now fear that Justin might be closer than ever to completely unraveling. And what's next could be more troubling than anyone anticipated. When news first surfaced that Justin Bieber might be facing a potential conservatorship, fans immediately recoiled at the chilling familiarity of the scenario. For many, the term itself evokes haunting images from the harrowing saga of Britney Spears, whose heartbreaking struggle against a conservatorship dominated headlines for years. But unlike Britney, whose public breakdown became a global spectacle, Justin's troubles have seemed more subtle, at least until recently. Now, the parallels are becoming increasingly disturbing, causing deep unease among fans and critics alike. The very idea of a conservatorship involves legally stripping away a person's ability to make decisions about their own finances, health, and even personal relationships. Essentially, it places someone's entire life under the control of another, a drastic measure usually reserved for those deemed completely incapable of caring for themselves. Given Justin's wealth, celebrity, and recent behaviors, rumors have intensified about Hailey Bieber possibly stepping in to assume legal control. And while these stories initially sounded like exaggerated gossip, they are quickly gathering weight, backed by serious analysis from legal experts and insiders familiar with California's stringent conservatorship system. It's crucial to understand why this news hits differently, especially after Britney's highly publicized nightmare. Spears' case opened the world's eyes to how easily a system designed to protect vulnerable individuals could be manipulated and exploited. Her conservatorship lasted over a decade, controlling everything from her career and finances to mundane personal decisions, such as purchasing basic household items or even snacks. The chilling reality? Despite being mentally and physically fit enough to tour the globe and perform at sold-out shows, Britney remained powerless over her simplest decisions. It took an enormous global movement Free Britney to eventually reclaim her freedom. Could Justin Bieber be heading toward a similarly terrifying fate? For conservatorships to be granted in California now, especially after the Spears scandal, the burden of proof is exceptionally high. A judge must be absolutely convinced without a shadow of doubt that Justin is incapable of managing basic aspects of his life safely and competently. Legal experts commenting publicly have made it clear: if Justin continues down this erratic path, He might unwittingly provide exactly the kind of evidence needed for someone like Hailey or even Justin's mother to take control. But would Hailey Bieber even pursue this drastic measure? Initially, many dismissed the idea as ridiculous, thinking Hailey's loyalty and care for Justin would prevent her from even considering such a harsh action. Yet, the reality of their personal life and responsibilities, especially with their child now in the picture, has shifted drastically. Sources close to the couple have increasingly suggested that Hailey is becoming overwhelmed by Justin's ongoing emotional instability, especially when it begins affecting their child's safety or future. At some point, Hailey, or even Justin's mother, Patty Millette, might feel legally forced into stepping in, not just to protect Justin from himself, but also to protect the family as a whole. In the court of public opinion, reactions to these developments remain divided. Some fans vehemently oppose the idea of conservatorship, believing Justin simply needs proper support and therapy, rather than court-appointed control. Others, however, argue that Justin's increasingly erratic behavior and public meltdowns signify a crisis that warrants immediate, drastic action. Either way, the growing chorus suggesting conservatorship as an option signifies one thing clearly. This is no longer a passing gossip headline. It's a real and urgent possibility, and the looming threat alone is enough to send shockwaves through Justin Bieber's vast fan base and beyond. As speculation intensifies around Justin Bieber's mental health and behavior, experts in the field of conservatorships have started voicing their opinions publicly, and their insights are nothing short of alarming. Legal professionals, particularly in California, have been closely monitoring Justin's public actions, recognizing that the threshold to legally place someone under conservatorship is extremely high, especially in the wake of the Britney Spears conservatorship debacle. California, post-Britney, significantly tightened its legal criteria for granting conservatorships. Judges must see unequivocal evidence that an individual cannot safely or competently manage their own personal and financial affairs. This standard requires clear proof that the individual is a substantial danger to themselves or others, or incapable of making rational decisions. This high threshold was established precisely to prevent a repeat of Britney Spears' situation, where exploitation and loss of autonomy created years of trauma and injustice. However, despite these strict conditions, legal professionals admit that Justin's recent behaviors might potentially meet these troubling standards. His repetitive emotional breakdowns, evident instability in public appearances, and unsettling social media content may collectively build the case that Justin is not only spiraling, but genuinely at risk of serious harm to himself or others. The tipping point comes with the question of child safety, as Justin is now a father. If Hailey Bieber can demonstrate convincingly that Justin poses a risk to their child or herself, courts may feel compelled to act decisively. This scenario paints an even more disturbing picture. Hailey Bieber, who has publicly been both praised and harshly criticized for her unwavering support of Justin, may be put in the unbearable position of being the primary witness against him. To secure a conservatorship, Hailey would have to provide undeniable evidence that Justin's current mental state compromises their family's safety or well-being. This would be a deeply painful move, turning their personal turmoil into a publicly scrutinized courtroom drama. Additionally, legal experts have raised another chilling possibility. Justin's public breakdown might not be entirely accidental or self-generated. Some insiders have suggested Justin might be deliberately set up by people close to him or those within his management team, possibly leaking damaging information or tipping paparazzi off about his whereabouts to capture him at his weakest moments. The legal implication of this scenario would be catastrophic. Orchestrated scenarios to show Justin is unstable could strengthen arguments that he needs a conservatorship, and unfortunately, this isn't unheard of. Britney Spears' case showed just how effectively manipulation and strategic leaking of information can lead to devastating legal consequences. At the center of these swirling rumors and legal analyses stands Lou Taylor, who once served as Justin's business manager. Taylor infamously played a central role in Britney's conservatorship case and Justin's past financial turmoil, including selling his music catalog for significantly less than many believed it was worth, has made observers suspicious. Although Justin no longer directly works with Taylor, her past involvement has heightened concern among fans and experts alike. The bottom line is clear. Legal experts have entered the conversation not simply to speculate, but to warn about the genuine potential for a severe legal battle over Justin Bieber's future autonomy. Their perspective brings legitimacy to what many initially considered wild rumors, turning idle gossip into an urgent discussion about personal rights, mental health, and potential exploitation. Ultimately, Justin's fate rests on whether his behavior improves or continues down this troubling trajectory. But as experts weigh in, fans around the world are left anxiously wondering, could Justin Bieber soon lose control of his life entirely? While Justin's mental health struggles continue to unravel publicly, the emotional and mental strain on Hailey Bieber has largely remained hidden from public view, until recently. Behind her carefully curated online presence, friends and insiders reveal that Hailey is increasingly exhausted, burdened by the relentless responsibility of managing Justin's emotional well-being, alongside raising their young child. Many now wonder if Hailey has finally reached her breaking point. For years, Hailey stood as Justin's emotional anchor, handling criticism, hate, and backlash with grace, quietly enduring public scrutiny as the target of blame whenever Justin faltered. Each meltdown, every cryptic post from Justin seemed to ignite fresh waves of judgment toward Hailey, questioning why she wasn't doing more to help him. But the reality is, she's consistently tried, often behind closed doors, balancing the impossible roles of wife, therapist, mother, and caregiver simultaneously. The birth of their child only amplified the pressure. Sources close to the couple have revealed that Hailey found herself in an incredibly tough position, forced to prioritize their child's safety and well-being even as Justin's mental health deteriorated further. This shift in priorities reportedly strained their relationship significantly, with Justin appearing unable, or perhaps unwilling, to step up during this critical moment. As his behavior became increasingly erratic, Hailey, who initially embraced the role of steadfast partner, began showing signs of burnout. Reports have emerged suggesting that Hailey privately expressed frustration and exhaustion to close friends, wondering aloud whether she unintentionally ended up raising 2 children instead of 1. Despite her deep love for Justin, the burden of being his perpetual support system is beginning to visibly wear on her. And as Justin's condition worsens, Hailey must now confront a painful reality, choosing between preserving her own sanity and continuing to sacrifice for a husband whose condition might be beyond her ability to heal alone. The irony, of course, is the intense public criticism she's received precisely for doing what many would consider compassionate and supportive. Yet, despite her apparent patience, recent subtle moves, like selling her beauty brand Rhode for a staggering billion-dollar payout, suggest Hailey may be preparing herself emotionally and financially for life, independent from Justin. Whether this means distancing herself from a toxic situation or preparing to take drastic action, it's increasingly clear Hailey Bieber may no longer be capable of weathering this storm quietly. She might finally be ready to make difficult decisions, even if that means taking the unimaginable step of confronting Justin publicly or legally. As Justin's troubling public appearances and online breakdowns continue, a disturbing theory has begun circulating among his fans. Could someone close to him deliberately be orchestrating or amplifying his public crises? While this idea initially sounds far-fetched, a deeper look at recent events makes it frighteningly plausible. Fans have pointed out a disturbing pattern. Every time Justin hits rock bottom emotionally, paparazzi conveniently appear. Often, they're right on scene at his most vulnerable moments, capturing shots that feed into narratives of instability and turmoil. While Justin's celebrity status naturally attracts media attention, the frequency and precision of these appearances raise questions about whether someone from his inner circle is secretly tipping off photographers. This tactic isn't unprecedented. Similar accusations surfaced during Britney Spears' conservatorship saga, where leaks and carefully timed paparazzi encounters created public perception that supported legal intervention. Given Justin's known history with controversial figures like Lou Taylor, a central player in Britney's traumatic conservatorship, it's impossible to overlook these troubling coincidences. Furthermore, fans noticed Justin's strange financial moves, notably selling his music catalog for $200 million, considerably less than expected. Observers questioned who might have influenced him to make this questionable decision. Considering that Lou Taylor briefly managed Justin's finances, there's legitimate concern she may have planted seeds that continue to bear troubling fruit. The mere association between Taylor, notorious for her aggressive handling of celebrity estates, and Bieber heightened suspicion around the circumstances fueling Justin's public decline. Experts agree that frequent negative exposure could greatly aid any future efforts to establish conservatorship over Justin, painting him as someone unable to manage his personal affairs responsibly. If true, the implications are chilling. Justin might unwittingly be trapped in a scenario designed to rob him of autonomy, potentially by people he trusted most. While it's essential to approach this theory cautiously, the pattern of Justin being captured in moments of crisis is undeniably suspicious. Is it possible someone from within his own team benefits from his downfall? Until Justin or someone genuinely trustworthy steps forward to address these disturbing speculations, they will continue casting an unsettling shadow over his deteriorating public image. No platform reveals Justin Bieber's troubling emotional state more vividly than his Instagram feed, now a haunting digital diary capturing his internal struggles. Once filled with bright images of success, love, and positivity, his account has devolved into a disturbing sequence of cryptic and deeply unsettling content. Fans became seriously alarmed when Justin recently shared screenshots of himself consulting AI about ketamine's potential to control emotions. Given ketamine's dangerous reputation and misuse in Hollywood's notorious party scene, linked tragically to celebrities like Matthew Perry, this post felt more like a desperate cry for help than mere curiosity. But the alarming content doesn't stop there. Justin's frequent uploads featuring messy, chaotic environments, such as dirty bathrooms accompanied by troubling captions, suggest a man deeply disconnected from self-care and emotional stability. Captions like, "You could point out my flaws or recognize your own," scream emotional distress, reflecting someone feeling profoundly misunderstood and isolated. Most concerningly, Justin's online behavior has become increasingly erratic, featuring contradictory and confusing messages. He recently vented publicly about loyalty, calling it manipulative, a disturbing sentiment for someone publicly married and raising a child. Fans debated what triggered such a harsh commentary, but most agree it hints at serious marital tensions. This apparent public airing of private struggles adds to the perception of a deeply troubled and emotionally overwhelmed Justin. These alarming social media outbursts clearly indicate someone desperately reaching out for support, whether consciously or unconsciously. His posts, increasingly tinged with bitterness, sadness, and confusion, are distress signals difficult to ignore. Friends, family, and fans must now grapple with how to interpret these troubling cries, hoping action is taken before something irreversible happens. With Justin's ongoing crisis dominating headlines, another rumor continues to grow louder. Could Hailey Bieber finally be planning her exit? Recent significant business moves, particularly selling her beauty brand Rhode for a staggering $1 billion, suggest she's strategically positioning herself for independence. Financial independence means Hailey no longer depends on Justin's celebrity for security or success, something fans quickly seized upon, urging her openly to leave the tumultuous marriage behind. While previously devoted to maintaining a supportive facade, insiders increasingly suggest Hailey is tired of playing caregiver to Justin's ongoing emotional crises. Her friends privately acknowledge Hailey's exhaustion, hinting that separation may no longer be merely speculative. Furthermore, subtle but telling signs continue appearing in Hailey's online posts. Statements about seeking therapy and prioritizing self-care. These hints, while quickly edited or removed, show her deep internal struggle and suggest a woman preparing emotionally for dramatic life changes, potentially involving separating from Justin. For fans closely monitoring the couple's public interactions, Hailey's independence feels increasingly imminent. Whether or not she openly acknowledges it, these carefully executed moves strongly suggest preparation for a life beyond Justin, something unthinkable just a few years ago. Ultimately, the uncomfortable truth behind Justin and Hailey Bieber's current crisis goes far beyond sensationalist headlines. Beneath all the drama lies a genuinely troubled marriage between two real people battling painful realities publicly. This isn't merely gossip. It's a heartbreaking reality of emotional exhaustion, public scrutiny, and profound human vulnerability. Justin clearly needs immediate, substantial professional help, not sensationalized narratives or constant media intrusion. Hailey equally deserves the chance to step back, heal, and reassess her own life away from constant pressure. The reality behind their celebrity veneer underscores an urgent need for compassion, understanding, and support, not another public spectacle. Conclusion: a call for empathy. As the world continues watching Justin and Hailey Bieber's deeply personal struggles unfold, it's crucial to remember that beneath the fame and headlines are two individuals genuinely hurting. This isn't just another sensational celebrity story. It's a poignant reminder of the immense pressures, isolation, and emotional turmoil often hidden behind Hollywood's glittering facade. Justin's alarming behaviors and Hailey's apparent exhaustion highlight the severe toll mental health battles can take, even on those seemingly blessed with wealth and success. Their situation asks us all to reflect on how easily public figures can be trapped in their own fame, drowning silently while the world critiques from afar. Whether Hailey chooses to stay, fight, or step away, and whether Justin finds the help he desperately needs or continues to spiral, their story compels us to reconsider our role in these narratives. Perhaps the most shocking revelation isn't just Justin Bieber's crisis itself, but our collective response to it. Are we witnessing a public cry for help? Or are we, in some way, participants in the breakdown? Ultimately, Justin and Hailey deserve compassion, support, and healing, not further speculation and judgment. Their story is far from finished, but hopefully the next chapter involves genuine recovery and understanding rather than further heartbreak.